The Battle of Okinawa began on April 1st, 1945, as United States forces launched Operation Iceberg, the largest amphibious assault in the Pacific theater of World War II. Among the forces landing on the island were battle-hardened United States Marines from the 3rd Amphibious Corps, including the 1st Marine Division and the 6th Marine Division. Their mission was to secure Okinawa, a strategically critical island located only 340 miles from mainland Japan. Capturing Okinawa would provide a vital staging ground for a potential invasion of the Japanese home islands and increase pressure on Japan's ability to continue the war. When the Marines first landed, they encountered little resistance on the beaches. Unlike earlier battles such as Tarawa or Iwo Jima, Japanese forces chose not to defend the shoreline directly. Instead, they prepared a deeply fortified defense in the island's interior using rugged terrain, caves, tunnels, and concealed artillery positions to create deadly defensive networks. This strategy forced Marines to fight through some of the most difficult combat conditions they had experienced during the entire war. The 6th Marine Division was tasked with advancing north, where the terrain became steep and heavily fortified. Japanese defenders used elevated positions to observe Marine movements and launch sudden attacks. Marines were forced to clear enemy positions one by one, often engaging in brutal close-quarters combat inside caves and fortified bunkers. Flamethrowers, grenades, and demolition charges became essential tools in eliminating hidden enemy strongholds. Every ridge and hill required coordinated assaults, supported by artillery, tanks, and naval gunfire from offshore ships. One of the most difficult objectives for Marine forces was the Motobu Peninsula, where Japanese troops had constructed strong defensive positions in the mountainous terrain. Fighting there was slow and costly. Marines advanced carefully, knowing that enemy soldiers often remained hidden until the last possible moment. The dense terrain limited visibility and made communication difficult, requiring small unit leadership and discipline to maintain momentum. The conditions on Okinawa further complicated Marine operations. Heavy rainfall turned the battlefield into deep mud, slowing troop movement and making it difficult to transport equipment. Fatigue became a constant challenge as Marines operated under continuous stress, facing artillery fire, sniper attacks, and the ever-present danger of ambush from concealed tunnel systems. Despite these conditions, Marine units continued pushing forward with determination. As the battle continued, Marine units were redeployed south to assist in breaking the Japanese Shuri Line, one of the most heavily defended positions on the island. Japanese forces were determined to resist until the very end, often choosing death over surrender. This resulted in prolonged engagements that tested the endurance and resilience of every Marine involved in the fighting. Offshore, the United States Navy faced relentless kamikaze attacks as Japanese pilots deliberately crashed explosive-filled aircraft into Allied ships. These attacks threatened supply lines and medical evacuation routes that were essential to sustaining Marine operations on the island. Despite the danger, naval forces maintained continuous support, allowing Marine and Army units to continue the offensive. By June 22, 1945, organized Japanese resistance on Okinawa had collapsed. The victory came at a high cost. Thousands of Marines were killed or wounded during the battle, making Okinawa one of the bloodiest engagements in Marine Corps history. The intense resistance demonstrated how fiercely Japan would defend its homeland, influencing strategic decisions that would ultimately bring World War II to an end later that year. The Battle of Okinawa remains a defining moment in Marine Corps history. The courage, discipline, and adaptability shown by Marines during the campaign reinforced their reputation as one of the most effective amphibious fighting forces in the world. Their actions on Okinawa helped secure a critical victory and move the Allied forces closer to ending the war in the Pacific.